How was your Eurohoops showcase experience?
It was wonderful. It was everything I thought it would be.
Please share some thoughts about the cooperation with Mr. Papaloukas about the Eurohoops colleges and the global sports and education.
Well, Theo has been doing a great job with Eurohoops, and I've been familiar with, the operation for some time now. And Global Sports and Education Academy partners just seem to make sense relative to, joining efforts in certain areas, particularly when it comes to going beyond basketball. Together, we're going to help student athletes find opportunities to further their education or improve their education through high school, college in the U.S., as well as an AAU experience.
They say that basketball has changed. I don't know if you agree, but do you think that the motivation and the dreams is the same for every generation?
The dreams are the same. The method in which young student athletes feel they can get to the highest levels, that has changed. The mentality from a standpoint of focusing on core fundamentals as a foundation, we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. What's an example of that is, at the highest level, you have what's called positionless basketball. The fives can dribble, they can shoot, all these things. So that's pretty much the biggest change.
How do you feel as a teacher and as a mentor right now?
I feel good. I always feel good. I could be having a horrible day in the office with my other corporate interests, but as a teacher, as a mentor, when I'm in this type of environment, it's my purpose. So it's always a wonderful feeling.
Your basketball approach and philosophy, has it changed since you were playing?
No. My expectations are intense. With the youth today, I deliver the raw reality of what it takes to be the best. And, those things will never change when it comes to anyone that wants to achieve success.
What else are you doing right now besides basketball?
My interest has always been, obviously, sports, education, health and wellness, and technology. Those industries make up the core of my interest. So any given day, that's what I'm focused on.
I read something that basketball and movies do connect, right? Can you please share something about 14 Knots? Am I saying it right?
Yes, 14 Knots. Well, at the end of the day, that's just creation, but 14 Knots represents a movie project that is based on a real-life military veteran. So as it correlates to basketball, we have struggles in the game, we have struggles in our lives that people don't know about, and we have to overcome those struggles, not only for ourselves, but for the people that depend on us. So 14 Knots is a movie that encaps all of these realities, where it's about the individual, but it's about others and in the world helping each other from a humanitarian standpoint.
If David Rivers' life and career was a movie, would you be the director and the leading star with both roles, or do you prefer one of them?
I would be comfortable as a director. But I would leave it to someone else to play the role.
Do you have anyone in mind?
No, not yet.
Do you think that the car accident with Mr. Barlow back in '96 had an impact, maybe in a possible longer NBA career?
It definitely had an impact. The most valuable impact was the character learning experience. It was a major setback. There were a lot of high expectations about the NBA draft and me performing. And I learned a lot about myself from a character standpoint. I got through it based on my faith. That was number one, and that came from my parents. We grew up with a strong religious faith. So that was number one. But I think from a character standpoint, I learned a lot, and it's led me to where I am today.
Did the challenge to find playing time in a team like the Lakers, do you think that this was the first lesson for you about championship mentality?
Absolutely. It was the first at the highest level. I was taught and trained by the best from my early days. Elementary school, Coach Charlie Brown, the pickup summer leagues, St. Anthony's High School, Coach Bob Hurley, Sr., leading to Digger Phelps and getting to Pat Riley in the Lakers. Truly an invaluable experience. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, A.C. Green, Michael Thompson, Michael Cooper, Tony Campbell, Jeff Lamp. All those guys were a tremendous impact on my first experience. But Pat Riley was the biggest. Pat Riley didn't like rookies at the time. It's a long story, but it's one of character and determination. He would come to me every day in practice, David, you know, I don't like rookies. You're not going to play very much. I would just look at him and smile. I continued to work hard, didn't change my demeanor. I played when he called me. I sat and supported the team when he did. But the biggest compliment I ever got from him was him just telling me one day that I needed my own team. So that was Pat Riley and our relationship.
Was it difficult for you the transition from a role player to the leading guy in Europe?
No, not at all. Not at all. When I was with the Lakers and even the Clippers, I was a student of the game. And I practiced as if I was playing in a real game. So there was no setbacks there. I always knew I was great. I always knew I was a leader. I just needed the right opportunity to display those skills and characteristics. So coming to Europe was, it was really not an adjustment for me as a player.
What is the first thing that comes to mind after 3 years playing in Greece?
It's always the fans. It's always the fans. The fans are unique, they're special. The Olympiacos fans in particular are always dear to my heart. But the Greek fans, our components, whenever we travel on the road, that support was there, the craziness was there, and it all made for a fantastic basketball product. So I enjoyed every moment of it.
Was Coach Ioannidis yelling from the first practice? Do you remember something?
Absolutely. I think our first exchange was calm, but after that, you know, I saw his true character, and he was always yelling. Even if he was ordering lunch, he was yelling. But that was him. That was his way. I loved him for it. All the players truly loved him, even though he would be screaming all the time. We knew he loved us, and that was most important. We knew where his heart was.
Was Coach Ivkovic the complete opposite?
Total opposite. Quiet, gentle, strong, giant.
What was 1997's Olympiacos turning point?
The turning point, I guess you would have to say when we had to come to Serbia to play Partizan, I believe. And we had lost to them at home, which everyone was surprised and shocked. And we traveled on the road and we beat them at their place. I think that's when everyone else around the team, around the organization, felt that was a turning point. But for me, from the start of the season to the end of the season, we achieved exactly what I knew we were going to achieve. And it started the summer before.
Why did you leave the summer after the EuroLeague trophy?
You know, that's a great question. I thought I was going to stay. But in the 11th hour, something happened, something changed. And to be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't have an answer to that. For me, we were staying. I was looking forward to the upcoming season. We were on the verge of truly building a dynasty, and I was looking forward to playing the Chicago Bulls that year, that summer, to meet Michael again. Yeah. But I don't have an answer. I truly don't have an answer to that question.
Confidence, motivation, do you think that these elements are earned, you are born with them, or there is any secret to develop them?
Some you are born with, some you can develop. At the end of the day, as I shared with a lot of these young players, it's all about the heart. Some players were asking me about their size, being too short, being too small. Other players were asking me about different skills. At the end of the day, it's up to the individual heart and what they want. And if they truly want it, they go after it.
What do you think it takes to win? Is there any key to success?
Yes, there is. Confidence and an unwavering thirst for success. Even through defeat, you learn about what it takes to be a winner. So you have to have the ultimate confidence in yourself. You got to put in the time, you got to sacrifice, and you have to believe no matter what.